I just did a gig in Milan too, and so I'm in there like till like 6 a.m. smoking cigs DJ. I'm like, this is fucking sick. Like we need some of this in America. Like,
That's a good time. 'Cause here's my thing. I'm so close to biting the bullet and getting on the Ozempic.
no.
If I could just smoke some cigs, it's a nice appetite suppressant. It kills two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
You don't need the Ozempic anymore.
No.
You're smoking the cigs.
Kick
You're
that
not
one.
eating.
That's rich. That's great.
And I don't even smoke.
Hey, well,
I don't I'm not gonna like leave here and go in my backyard.
Let's hit up AG. Let's get the dialogue going.
Bro,
on this.
I just want to do it in the DJ
He's gonna
booth.
see this and be like, what the fuck?
And alright. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so...
We're ready?
Yep.
All right. Would you like to sip on a long drink?
Yeah, why not?
Are you a
double fist?
You sugar-free guy, or you look like unintentionally fit, so I feel like you drink sugar, you know?
Yeah, I do.
Right.
But for whatever reason, I think a Red Bull, sugar-free Red Bull, that tastes better to me. I don't know why.
All right, then you might like the sugar-free joint.
Fuck yeah.
That's the best one.
What
to
is
me.
this? What's going on with this?
That is a cocktail in a can.
Okay.
Finnish long drink. That's gin and grapefruit juice and other natural flavors.
That's really good, actually.
It's it's the best
Sneaky.
cocktail that you can get in a can.
Okay.
That's
You like this over like it kind of reminds me, like it's giving like a twisted tea like meets like a high noon,
like a
kinda.
squirt a little bit too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
It's fire, and they pay us money, so that's the best part.
It's awesome.
No, but yeah, let's go, man. I'm excited. Welcome to the Party with Strategy podcast. Welcome back. Thank you guys for joining us. Very special guest in the building, my boy TWAN. How you feeling, champ?
I'm great, bro. I appreciate you having me on finally, man. I know we've talked about it for a while now, but we made it happen.
It's been in the works. We ran into each other yesterday. We spent the day together.
Yeah.
Normally I spend Sundays with my fiance, but it was pretty good with you too.
Yeah, we had a good time, man.
It was fun.
That was a fun party.
You threw down a fucking banger set.
Oh,
It was
thanks,
awesome.
man. Thank you, bro.
I love. There's nothing I love more than listening to a good DJ, and that was awesome. Kyle put on a crazy event. That Cupital coffee takeover, Sunday morning club coffee. Fucking George. I don't know, the tall half black guy. What's his name?
Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Met him. He's got like a coffee party company or something.
Press and play.
Press and play. There you go. Trying to get all the shout outs in, but
absolutely.
it was dope. It was really dope. I've seen a lot of the coffee takeovers on the internet, and it is hard to like really gauge what it feels like in the room through a video. But I truly felt like that was the most lit one I've ever seen.
I mean, yeah, I would probably agree. The thing is like it was a really small spot. You know what I mean? So it was more intimate, and I think that's what kind of made it like fucking really special. But yeah, I mean we've all been doing these parties, like all kind of doing them on our own too. Like Jordan's been doing his, Kyle's been doing his. I'm working with Solstice, so we've been doing parties really all over the place. But when we all come together, it's like, oh man, this is it's special. It's cool. Yeah,
it was fucking awesome. I'm so glad I was there. Just randomly, like I hit up Kyle about doing a takeover for this thing that me and Diamond Cut are trying to do and film, and he was like, I actually need someone to film this set on Sunday, and we were like, all right, cool. So we went there, filmed it. Otherwise I would have never been there. So I'm glad it all came together.
That was a great setup you guys had too.
Diamond Cut's the guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Diamond Cut, because I might need to do some more recorded sets like that.
Yeah, most people pull up with a little Amazon tripod and like a Canon 606. You know what I'm saying? They got like a little iPhone light that they're holding above. Diamond Cut shows up with a fucking
he means business.
Rig, dog.
Yeah, for sure. He had the whole kit.
It's insane.
One of them was like, "Oh, are you with the camera crew?" I'm like, "What?" Well, it's just me. So.
I am. You're looking at the camera
He is
crew.
the crew. Yeah, it's insane. And then Kyle's just an absolute cult leader.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
there
is.
is no
Yeah.
doubt in my mind that there will be a Netflix documentary on Kyle Casaccio because he's fucking everyone's wife and making people jerk off on his chest or something. I don't know. I mean, there was a couple times yesterday where I just wanted to kiss him
Yeah. No.
for
hey,
no reason at all.
Rightfully so.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, rightfully
And
so.
he's just got that riz in the booth, dog.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Can't really DJ, but he can DJ really well.
He's a Riz Lord.
You know what I'm
He's a
saying?
Rizzler. He is definitely a Rizzler.
It was fucking awesome. He had that place on 10. I mean, I was in the back. I was chilling. I was hungover. I was on 2 hours of sleep. I had my sunglasses on. I was like, I'm just going to sit here and vibe. And he got on, bro. I was on my feet, fucking fist pumping. It's ridiculous how much riz that kid has.
For sure. Absolutely. I was pretty down bad too. I did a show the night before in Tampa. So I flew back and I was like, man, like I'm hungover as fuck. I'm like, somebody give me like some drinks. Like I was hungover. So
How was Tampa? Because I was there a couple weeks ago for the first time ever.
dude, it was sick, man. I played like this warehouse party with Fallon. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but
I feel like I've seen his Instagram.
Yeah, super cool producer. He's got a bunch of dope tracks. He's got some stuff on John Summit's label, Experts Only. He's got all types of cool shit. So, yeah, we hung out. I was only there for the night, so we kind of just like set it up, and then I left the next day, and yeah,
Dope.
yeah.
So yeah, what else did you do? You told me after. So I left. I left Diamond Cut high and dry, dog. Like 3 p.m. before the rush. I dipped out of there.
I remember you. Yeah, you got out of there early. I remember.
Yeah. What'd you get into after? You kept the party going?
Yeah,
Rolled
yeah.
it into a little Sunday fun day?
Yeah, pretty much. We kind of had to at that point. We went over to Smart Bar. My buddy Michael Serafini was playing. One of my other homies, Love Bug, she was playing, and then Derek Carter too. He plays on pretty much almost every Sunday there.
But that starts at like 10 p.m., right?
10 p.m. Yeah.
What'd you do from 4 to 10?
Nothing. Like
Come
we went.
on,
Yeah,
dog.
we got.
What'd you do, dog?
No,
What'd you
straight
get
up.
into?
We just got some dinner, and I was just chilling. I actually went back to the crib, changed, and I was like, all right, we're gonna go back out.
All right.
Yeah.
No PB&J, no industry, nothing.
No,
Do you partake in a lot of like the industry events and drama and
Not as
tea
much,
and all that?
Not as much as I used to.
What do you got for me? You got a little tea for me or something?
We can get into some tea. We can get into some fucking tea for sure. No, but yeah, I'm not like as big on going to a lot of the like industry parties. I used to a lot, but now I just like I try to. As a DJ, we go out so much like just to play and to work and shit. So I'm like, if I'm not DJing, I need to have a good reason to go out. I'm not like trying to be out fucking 3-4 nights a week anymore.
You don't need to just go hear Maximo play My Goodies.
No, I don't. I definitely don't.
I'm kidding. That's so I don't know if he ever watches or people tell him, because I take so many stupid fucking shots at him, but he never tells me, so I feel like he doesn't ever see them.
He doesn't watch them.
There's gonna be one day where he realizes what's going on here.
That's hilarious. That's funny, man.
No, I love him. Yeah, that's tight. Are you? Because there's I feel like it's a lane that your DJ always kind of falls into accidentally, is like the industry nightclub kind of party boy, boozing, lose the vision of what you actually started for, just because you're getting checks and you're getting bitches and the alcohol's all free and it's the best time ever.
Yeah.
And you're not falling for that trap.
Not anymore. No,
You did it for a while.
I did for a minute, but now.
See, I think I was gone. I think I was in Houston.
You were.
'Cause
That's really when, because I was gonna say this for sure. I feel like I was a lot more outside when you were in Houston, and then you came back, and I'm still like outside, but I just don't be really as much like frequenting all the clubs, going out to all the clubs, like unless I'm DJing, it's like I don't
that's
go
a good
out.
thing.
Yeah, trying to focus on making music and producing and shit like that. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, man.
You're at Celeste on Fridays in the Garden, top floor.
Yep.
What else you got, like weekly, monthly?
So I got that. I'll do like a monthly with Blind Barber, and then kind of just play, like, just take gigs as they come, like everything. I don't know. It's like I feel like I have the places that I play at. It'll be like, you know, I'll play at like every couple months I'll play at like a spy bar or like a sound bar, and like it'll be a big show, and like I'll put a lot of energy into it. But like, you know, other than that, the only true residency I have is Celeste. I play at Nobu a lot too. It's kind of like a super chill vibe. So I like gigging there, but you know, definitely like trying to play more like the house music places, a lot more of the house music clubs. So like a California Clipper, I just played at, which was super dope. I just played over at Penny Whistle in Pilsen, which is like for the Tribe party, and it was like such a cool party. So there's just so many like real parties that people don't really talk about or you know, focus on playing because they want to, like, oh, I want to play at Spy Bar or Prism or fucking, you know.
Yeah, I feel that. It's like the clout of being the DJ at an already established nightclub.
Exactly.
But the nightclubs are kind of lacking right now.
They have
on the
been,
back
yeah.
end.
No, they have been, for sure. And I think it goes to show too, because people, and we were talking, I don't know if we were talking about this, but I know maybe me or Kyle or somebody, we were talking about this yesterday with somebody, like, that's why like these coffee shop pop-ups, like these ones crack and they go off, because it's like people are not, like, I'm not gonna say tired of going to the club, but it's like they want to change the scenery. Like if I could go in like hang out at a coffee shop and a DJ's playing and it's lit, like I would almost rather do that than go to like a club and at night, you know, just like a nightclub, you know.
Yeah, there's real intention in the room. Like it's curated for exactly what you're looking for, and like you feel good about spending your time in there because you know that somebody put actual thought and effort into it.
Absolutely.
And it's not just this building that's been around for the last 10 years with some shitty lighting rig that still works.
Yeah.
And, you know, pumping Jameson shots out.
Yeah,
it's like,
for sure.
There's real thought that goes into
There
it.
is.
You know?
Yeah, and it's an experience. It's like you said, it's a curated experience. A lot of the club parties are like getting a little repetitive. Some of them at least are getting repetitive, you know. So for me, it's about experience. It's about like having cool shit going on. Like, I know I'd rather go to a pop-up party than go party at a club. That's just like where my head is at.
Yeah. And like the coolest part for me was the internet has already started the demise of the coffee shop pop-up. Like the hating has already started.
Oh, it has.
It's like it's been happening for weeks.
Fuck with it. Yeah,
it's been happening for weeks on the internet where I'm like, oh shit, this is kind of over. Like it was cool while it lasted. Even going into Sunday, I was like, I wonder how many people are going to come, because on the internet it's like, oh, this is played out, this is stupid. But then in real life, all those people showed up, all those people had the time of their life, and you realize that reality is not the fucking internet. No, that 100%. Was the coolest part for
absolutely.
Me. You know?
Absolutely.
Because sure. I had just constantly being fed A-track. Oh, it's a DJ in a coffee shop. It's a DJ in a
you're like,
accountant's office, you know, and you're like, okay, it's over. What's next? But it's not fucking over. It's just people talking shit.
For sure.
You know?
I agree. And it's a lot of those people are people that are working at it. Like most of the people that are hating on it are the people that work at these clubs, and they're like, man, it's fucking us over a little bit, because it is, you know.
Yeah.
If everybody's planning to show up at a coffee shop at 11 a.m., they're definitely not sending it till 4 a.m. You know, like there's a give and a take in the scene, and I feel like people are just like, they're more interested in that right now than just like going out to all these same clubs that we've been going to, you know.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels really good. That was so good for me to be there, bro. Like I said, the DJ set, your set was amazing. Kyle went off. That was my first time seeing Deep State Disco, who I've heard good things about, and I've been wanting to see one of their sets. So it was just perfect. Like there was a fucking absolute reason for me to be there. And
for sure.
It was awesome to have been a part of it.
Yeah, a bunch of homies in there. It was a lot of people where I was like, all right, this is a good like coming together of just a bunch of different groups, right?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. So hopefully, I don't know, whatever. What else you got going on?
Dude, yeah, like I said, producing, just working on a bunch of music, trying to get like some stuff on some bigger labels, and just really putting a lot of my energy into that right now. Yeah, shows, like I guess I mean this summer I'm doing a Taste of Randolph, which I'm looking forward to. That's going to be super cool.
That's sick.
And then, I have a lot of cool guests coming into Celeste in the next couple months. So
yeah, what do you got coming up
this weekend? We got Ron Carroll coming, John Simmons next week.
So when this pod comes out, it'll come out on Monday. John Simmons will be playing on Friday at Celeste.
Sick. Okay, cool. All right, yeah. So definitely one that you got to come check out. John is he's an absolute beast. And yeah, like we're going in a really cool direction where like we're just having a lot of really, really dope names in Chicago coming and playing. Like, next month I got Lori Branch, who's a good friend of mine, and VD Girl too. She's a good friend, but those are two people that they're playing Arc Music Festival. Like, to get them to come and grace the decks is like such a big deal for me, and something that I'm just looking forward to. So trying to have it so we're having a lot of the cool people that are influential in the house music scene coming and playing.
That's fucking sick. Yeah, that building is the shit. That top floor, that garden room is fucking
beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The disco's going hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Y'all be crushing it on disco too.
Me and Heavy have been really thoroughly enjoying that. It's been fucking
It's just
awesome.
a good energy. It's a good building. There's just like a lot of there's something for everybody, I feel like, in that place. And yeah, it just caters like a bunch of different vibes. You want to go on disco and hang out, or you want to go up in the garden and hang out. Like, they're just like, for me, it's like if I was like, somebody who's just a customer, like going in there hanging out, I would go hang out on both floors, and I just like kind of like move around and just have a good time.
Yeah, you get a little bit of everything. It's
cool.
Like being, everyone's fucking TikTok brain. Oh, okay, we've been here for 10 minutes. Let's go to the next spot. And they kind of like bar hop down the street. You get to do that in one fucking building,
which is cool.
And you can keep continuously going wherever you want.
One-stop shop.
White Shadow just moved the DJ, I believe, from the first floor to the second floor.
Second floor, yeah, I saw that.
And I don't know how that's been going. I haven't even popped in there to see. I should, but I love the garden,
Yeah.
But we're gonna start Wednesday's industry night on the second floor. Me and Heavy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so dude, that'll be sick.
They're gonna
see that. That is an industry party I'll go to. I'll come rock with you at that party, because that sounds like it'd be fun.
Yeah. It's gonna be dope. Like I think they're doing 50% off food, 50% off drinks for industry. Yeah. Have a fucking party. Come in there, have some food. Me and Heavy. That's I don't know what we're playing yet. I don't know that there's like
what's the vibe
an
of the
actual
music?
Laid out format. I think we're just doing like whatever we want, which is gonna be the most fun part.
That's cool. You guys have been playing some good shit too on disco. Like, whenever I come see you, it's like it's always great, man. You crush it. So
thank you.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm real excited. It's getting real. The weather's getting nice. Every morning I wake up and that sun's shining. The grass is green.
Open that rooftop too, up on the garden. Get that thing open. Oh, it's nice, man.
Have you done any day parties in there?
So last year we did like a Cinco de Mayo last year, which was cool. It was on like a Sunday though, so I really would love to do something on like a Saturday day party there.
Mm-hmm.
We've I feel like everybody's been talking about it for a while. Like, we should do a day party, but it's just a matter of making it happen, doing it right. It's just like there's a lot of logistics too, I feel like, for them too, because the Saturday night is like such a big night for them, where it's like they would need to staff up for that shit if they had like they were operating during the day and then they had to flip it over into the night, like, or maybe even just keep it going, who knows, right? But I've really wanted to, but other than that, Cinco de Mayo, not really. Patty's Day, I play there on Patty's, and that's always during the day, but it's not like it's a big day, so.
Yeah, I feel like a sick day party with a good fucking booking, like a Disco Lines before he really fucking popped,
Yeah, that would be, I mean, joints. Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing, like, I'm hoping we can start to talent buy and bring in some cooler artists, like not for not every weekend, but at least more frequently than we have.
Yeah.
I would love to see like even for me right now for my party, I'm trying to get like some bigger names, some guys, even if it's once a month, like I'm trying to get some bigger names to come in and play, it just to make it that much more special for people to be like, oh, we got to go see this. But it's just such, how it is. It's such a small, not like a small club, but each floor is just too separated to like really throw one big party. So yeah, I feel like that's where they are like, kind of hesitant, because it's like, all right, well, how many people can you really fit on one floor to that's why I really did like that Red Bull event that you played. That was so cool, man. You had dope DJs on like every floor. Like, that was a cool party.
That was a sick event.
Yeah. And those are everybody on that lineup I like respect as like a lot as a DJ. So I'm like, okay, they clearly went hard, right? But I feel like we should have more of those nights where like every once a month or every couple months we just blow it the fuck out, and like that, like they did, and do something like that.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be really sick. That was awesome. Free fucking drinks all up and down every floor. Just
shout
DJs
out to Red Bull.
Rocking. Yeah, Red Bull went so hard. That was tight. I hope they continue to do that every year, because that was a Red Monday party, which they said,
I think they do that every year.
They did it for a long time, and then they stopped doing it, and this was the first one back in Chicago for sure. In like, I think they said 10 years or something.
For sure.
So I hope they do it again.
We're working. I also want to mention this. I have to remind myself, but we are doing a party with Red Bull June 20th at. You ever heard of Teto Rooftop in the West Loop?
No. No.
So like house calls, they do stuff over there. I think West End's playing there in a couple weeks. It's like one of the collective shows, they're putting it together. But such a beautiful like venue, sick rooftop, really good kind of just view of the city. Yeah, I've had nothing but great times, and I've seen some really cool names there. So we're bringing in somebody pretty big, and definitely looking forward to that. So you gotta come to that one for sure too.
When is it? You got a date?
June 20th.
Okay.
Yeah, June 20th. It's called the Summer Solstice. I'm doing it with Solstice Presents. So yeah, we got some dope artists coming in, and I'm like gonna probably open, so it should be a vibe.
Hell yeah! Hopefully nobody unplugs the equipment this time, huh?
Oh, dude, my gosh, you know what I mean, dude? That shit just happens. That was crazy though. That was funny. Yeah. To what he's referring to is yesterday, somebody who I don't even know what happened, but I obviously not even touching nothing, and somebody steps on a fucking cord and just shuts off. So
the one power cord that is plugged into everything, though, like the one outlet that has the surge protector on it that everything's plugged into, gone.
Oh man.
Classic.
Yeah, that'll happen whether you like it or not. As a DJ, like that shit'll and what's actually pretty funny is that shit used to happen at Celeste too. Like there would be like somebody, because you know how it is, like on the garden floor, it's just like slammed, and you can't move, and then all these people start coming behind the DJ booth because there's not really like a restraint to be like, you can't come back here. And I'm super fucking cool. I'm like, yeah, come party. But people just step on cords, and like that's why I got this big fat match to put over the cords, because somebody steps on a cord and everything just shuts off, and it's like, come on, bro, don't be that person, you know.
Yeah.
But like it's an accident, so I'm always like, I get it, but I'm like, if you're gonna do that, get the fuck out, get out of here. Like,
character building, a nice little reset for the room. If you pull it off right, you can make it a moment.
It's all about that track, the track you come back on with. It's like gives you an opportunity. It's like you just drop a banger, and like that's it. That's what I tried to do yesterday, and it kind of we kind of went, it was seamless. It was right back into the party. It was pretty, nothing too bad.
Yeah. Was that on video, by the way? We weren't recording yet?
You weren't recording?
It was probably like about 15 minutes into you starting.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even that long into the set
until
that happened.
Oh, okay.
You had only played like about maybe 4 or 5 5 songs.
Yeah.
And then you had to start the song from the top.
Yeah, and I think you started recording like maybe 30 minutes in.
Yeah, it was 30
Okay,
minutes
that's what I
towards the
thought.
end,
Yeah, that's what I
'cause think
thought.
he had gotten in for like 40, like 50 an hour time on there, but I think it had literally just happened as you had just gotten started.
Hey, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
We didn't need that on video.
It's perfect. So where are you from?
I'm from the burbs. Yeah.
Which one?
Hinsdale?
Hinsdale.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm from Lincolnwood,
Oh, okay.
north side,
Yeah,
baby.
for sure. Cool. Hell yeah. You Cubs fan?
I'm not a big sports guy at all, but just because I'm north side, I gotta
You
take
gotta
the
rep the Cubs.
Yeah.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
it. For sure.
Hinsdale, that's like by O'Hare, right?
No,
sort
it's
of
like
ish?
southwest. More like by like kind of. I mean, not really even close to Midway, but like it's like southwest.
Southwest
Yeah,
Burb?
yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was like a west, northwest. What's you got some good food up there? Like what's good in Hinsdale? Give me a little Hinsdale.
There's I mean, it's good food. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
You guys don't have like an iconic.
there's nothing iconic.
You would not go to
no.
Hinsdale for anything other than the fact that you were just born there.
Yes, I mean straight up. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Like, there's really no like staple. Like, this is the place you got. You know what I mean? Like, there's
Okay.
some good joints. Don't get me wrong.
Right,
But there's
right.
nothing like I know what you're saying, and no, we don't really got it.
Okay, all right.
Nothing crazy.
Some of the burbs got some bangers.
For sure, absolutely. No, I'm not saying they don't. It's just like, yeah, there's nothing crazy. Honestly, even when I was in high school, I'd go over to LaGrange, like, and we would go over there because they have a nice town too. So we'd go eat food over there. They have a movie theater. We didn't have a movie theater, so I was like, fuck it, we're going to drive
That's
over
where
to
you were
LaGrange.
mobbing with your
Yeah,
high school
pretty-
friends, the LaGrange
Yeah,
AMC.
it's funny. That's like our rival high school too. So I'd go over there, and it was always like some fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always that high school beef, and I played football, so it was like there was all types of banter between us and the other school, just hating on each other, talking
Nice.
shit.
That's always a good time.
Yeah,
That's always a good time. I
I'd be getting
that.
like threats before games, like, you better walk. We're gonna fucking take out you. We're gonna kill you. Like, I'm like, oh god.
What were you doing on the field? What position were you playing?
I played linebacker. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I played in college too. I went to Valparaiso over in Indiana. Played there for about a year, and then transferred to DePaul in the city. And that was kind of when I started taking producing really seriously. I started producing and DJing like back in high school, and I would DJ like parties at like Valpo and shit, and like, you know.
So when I met you, like when you used to come into Bottle Blonde and shit with fucking Riz and Promo 7 and them,
Yeah.
you were already a DJ?
Yes.
Like you weren't DJing out and shit, but
I was
DJ.
I was the classic bedroom frat party, like DJ, like after, like I'm like at an afters, like in my house DJing for like 10 people, you know.
Okay,
like,
yeah. Because I didn't know even that. I don't even know if you told me you were a DJ. Like when I met you, I thought you were just a promoter.
even yeah, I mean, even when I was like working with Bounce, like I was like not like, that was when I first started like to play out, and like I started getting booked at some other clubs, and then they were like, you can't be playing at these other clubs. Like, they were like, you know, and I'm like, well, you
try
guys,
to give
I
you that,
started giving them
huh?
shit, 'cause I'm like, you guys don't book me, so why can't I play at these other? So they had a rule. It's like, you can only play at other clubs when you're not working at our club. So it's not like I could go like Friday, Saturday night, play at another club. It'd have to be like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. It was like, I started playing those, like, it was like that, like, you remember No Tell Hotel, Eric Boss's party over at Electric? I like started playing those and some of his like house and sushi parties over at Mansion on Rush when that was still around.
With
And
Goomba?
With honestly, we probably were on a lineup together along the way somewhere. But yeah, and then after that they were like, yeah, we'll start booking you. So then they booked me at Bounce, but musically didn't make as much sense as me playing at like an Electric.
So you weren't even, so when Bounce was trying to get you to just be exclusive with them, you weren't even DJing, you were promoting there?
Yeah, I was a manager. I was like working.
Oh, you were working.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
like worked the club.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
promoter,
a nice,
though, a glorified like
a promoter that they
bringing
made a
people
manager.
in, having a good time,
classic. That's good. I always think about like I want to manage a club at some point just for the experience. Like if you ever want to open a club or invest or be part or have like some say in what to do or knowledge, I feel like that'd be a good thing to have. So that's dope that you did that.
No, for sure. Yeah, it was cool to see it from the other end of things, right? From that management perspective and like from that working behind the scenes. But I mean, for me, it was just like it just takes a lot out of you, working in this business every night of the week, like, and DJing's different. Like we get to come in and play our music and do our thing, and like, it's not like we're closing people out at 4 a.m, like tipping everybody, like having to worry about all the money and shit like that shit. Like it was a lot. And it just comes with like you're partying, like you're gonna party, whether you like it or not. It's hard to just like be at the club and just be like, I'm not drinking, and then somebody comes up to you, hey, let me give you a shot, and it's like
tough.
It's a slippery slope.
It's tough. Shouts to Long Drink for sponsoring the podcast. Absolutely the best cocktail you can get out there. That's exactly what it is. A cocktail in a can. It's not a seltzer, as you can tell. It's not one of those stupid, long, skinny cans that makes you look like an idiot stick when you're drinking it. This is good stuff. Anyone I give one of these to ask me what it is, where they can get it, and why they haven't had it before. I'm putting people on. You guys are next. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the program. Go to your local liquor store. Target's got them, wherever you can. Grab a long drink today. Enjoy. Watch the pod. Let's get back to it. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. Speaking of drinking, made me have to pee a little bit.
All good, man.
But yeah, drinking it's a good time.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, as an alcohol-sponsored podcast, drinking's awesome.
I love you, man.
No, I'm kidding.
You're hilarious, bro.
It's tough. It's tough not to get drunk in the club. I was so impressed with the coffee shop thing because they were serving like beers and champagne and shit, but no one's like taking shots and getting hammered.
That's what I'm saying.
But everyone's loose and having a good time.
Yeah.
And I talked to Kyle after, and he even made a good point. Because I was like, dude, you fucking turned him up, bro. I was, I'm telling him he's a cult leader, and I'm like, I can't be friends with him anymore because it's too dangerous.
The fact that the whole cult leader thing, like that, I'm glad you said that because that's hilarious, bro. I never thought about it like that, but in a way, yes. Like,
and he replied to me. He was like, bro, you gotta let loose. So that it gives them permission to let loose. He's in that DJ booth just going crazy and jumping around and being a fucking maniac and
Chicago, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, and like things that if I thought about doing, I'd be like, I would look so stupid doing that. So like I don't do that, but he does it, and it's incredible, and it's inspirational. I need to get a 6-pack so I could start jumping around like that.
Yeah, dude, he's one
you can't jump around like that in the DJ booth with tits. That's the problem.
You can't.
You can't have.
You can.
Well, if you're a female, yes, that's what they're for. But I shouldn't have them. You know what I'm saying?
We're getting canceled.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious, dude.
No, yeah, such a good time. What else you got going on? I mean, you're producing it. How about this, actually? What's your actual name?
You don't know my name?
No, just TWAN,
this guy.
bro.
No, I'm kidding. Nobody knows. It's a mystery.
That's all I know.
Aaron. Yeah, Aaron is my name. Yeah.
Where did TWAN come from?
So when I was it's funny enough. So everybody's called my brother. Also, he goes by TWAN too. So we're the TWAN.
You have two TWANs.
Yes. Yes. So he's been going by TWAN like it was like his high school name. So then when I got to high school,
but how did he even get it? Were you guys like
my last name's Antonu. So people started going to Antoine, whatever, Antonu, Antoine, then it just became Twan.
Okay,
you know, just like, and it's like the evolution of a nickname, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, when I got to high school, like it just like I like inherited it. People were like, "Oh, Lil Twan."
Do you look like your brother? I feel like
not really.
Like
no? Not really. Yeah, he's like he got the Greek. Like, so I'm Greek and Irish, and I look more Irish. He's like Greek. Like he looks Greek.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, like you know, it just evolved, and you know, I was just like, yeah, it's kind of just a perfect little. And but it's funny enough because people always are like, say Twan, and people are like, whatever, they think I'm like,
they think you're black
or Chinese or something, you know, like
Chinese.
Chinese,
I don't get. Chinese, I don't understand.
I've heard that.
That's crazy.
Asian, maybe. Might have been the right word.
I mean, you know, I knew what you meant. I'm not saying like, oh, Korean for sure, not Chinese, but fucking any kind of Asian. I don't know. Twan, like twine, maybe because they're tying shit up like
Twan
fucking shrimps.
Twan. There could be an Asian Twan. I feel like there for sure could be an Asian Twan.
Yeah.
I actually think there was. I think there. So like there was this one. I remember seeing something. It was this golfer. It was like this like guy. Yeah, he's golfing and he's like he's an Asian guy, but he goes by Twan. And that was when I was like, all right, like, you know,
really,
yeah. I mean, people, yeah.
I'm pretty uneducated, so there could be some, you know, some connection there that I don't know about.
Listen, at the end of the day, when you see Twan in a flyer, you're not expecting to see a white kid,
no,
right? Yeah, so
all.
that like definitely is pretty funny to see how people react when they're like, "Oh, you're white."
Yeah, wait till you blow up and they start telling you you're culturally appropriating.
Oh,
and you can't play Afro House and you can't fucking use that name and you gotta.
That's when it's like, grow the fuck up, like grow up, like you shitting me.
Oh, this is nice though. This is nice to have a DJ conversation and not talk about Afro House, because the last 7 pods I've done, for some reason, all roads had led to Afro House.
Why? Why is that?
It's getting a lot of hate right now.
Oh, yeah.
And people are they're just upset about it. I don't know. They don't like the name Afro House. They don't like white people playing it. They're just...
Nah, I've been seeing a ton of like those videos, just memes of people making fun of it and shit.
Yeah.
You know Ose?
Oh, he was the best.
He's on fire about it.
He's absolutely
like,
ripping James hype. It's just the best thing to watch, bro.
Real DJing.
I love watching. His page is blowing up too. I look at his page every day. He's fucking just climbing the follower count.
For sure, absolutely.
He's out here. He's the content god right now.
No, and it's funny because at first I'm like, is he kidding? I'm like, he's got to be kidding. Like, I'm watching some of these posts and I'm like, this has to be a joke.
So
like,
here's what we really need to make happen. One of these coffee shop fucking morning party things, pop-ups, needs to book Ose as an Afro House producer. He needs to play all of the fucking troll songs that he made, and he just needs to have a full 1 hour set of him just ripping Afro all that House shit and like really leaning into it and like just going for it. He needs to be Kyle in that booth while fucking the Friends remix Afro House theme song drops, you know? How incredible would that be?
That would be incredible. We should talk to him about that, because that would be gosh damn hilarious, dude.
Yeah, I would love to make that happen, or at least watch that.
Yeah, no, I can get behind that.
That would be so good.
that would be all time.
That would be incredible. So you got any tracks dropping soon or what?
Yeah, so I'm working on like this whole EP. It's like kind of like a lot of deep house stuff. I mean, I have a lot of just unreleased stuff that I'm trying to land on certain labels. But yeah, I mean, nothing like on the calendar right now, but I will say in the next month, I'm planning to just self-release something, just to get some tracks out there. You know, I have like a few tracks that I'm really liking, and I've been playing in sets and they just are great. So I'm like, I need to put these out, like whether they are getting on a label that I want, because I've been just like really shooting for the stars on these labels, just trying to like get on some really big labels. So you know, I'm not really settling for anything, you know, that's like not upward for me, right?
Yeah.
So just focusing on getting signed to some of those labels that I have on my list, and that some of the people that I'm working with and that are listening to a lot of my stuff, and kind of showing interest. So just but like I said though, I'm going to release probably in the next month. I'm going to put out like an EP of like maybe three tracks, and yeah, for sure looking forward to that. So
Are you doing like mostly originals? You working on remixes? What are you doing?
Yeah, mostly original stuff.
Originals.
I'll do like remixes and edits. Like I have a bunch of them, but it's just like for me, like my goal right now is like I want to put shit out on music platforms, and I'm not just trying to be on SoundCloud putting out edits. Like I will, like, because I'll make edits a lot, and I'm sometimes it's like, all right, I'm just gonna put it on SoundCloud. But like right now, that's not my goal. My goal is not like, let me make a bunch of viral banger edits and put them on SoundCloud. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to make them, but my goal is like I need to get more music on Apple Music, more stuff on Spotify, like all the music platforms. I'm just shooting for legit releases right now.
Yeah. And like the edits, I'm coming to a new position on edits and sharing music, because for the past couple years I feel like a lot of people have really opened up about sharing music with people, other DJs, and giving their edits away and
For
being
sure.
like, play this, I made this, I
for
want
sure.
you to play it, here's my crate, here's my history from last night. Like
Yeah.
it's become much more communal, and I love that.
Yeah, me too.
But also, now with that being the way that it is, I think it's important, if you're making really dope edits and you're really trying to like curate a room, like you have this room every Friday night at Celeste, like your residency, you should be holding on to the heat and like not just giving it out for everyone and keeping it so that you can fucking have the weapon.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
I
And
feel like we're coming up on a time where that needs to be more prominent, because
For
everyone's
sure.
starting a Patreon and selling their shit and like giving it away, and it's just all about spreading music, which again is great.
Yeah.
But also, if you have like a intention in what you're doing and making, and you're curating a sound for a room, there's something to be said about kind of being a little stingy maybe, and
I agree.
keeping the heat for yourself.
And that's the thing, is like you go back to like, I mean, back in the day, like, right, like when it was all vinyl stuff, like they would black out records and cover shit just because they're like, you don't need to know what this is, like, and also, so a lot of these vinyls, they only press X amount of copies, so it's like, you can't, once it's done, like I have so many records where I'm like, I like want the record, but like it's just too late to get it unless you like find, you just have to find it somewhere.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, they do like one release, and it's like, that's it, like 300 copies, they're all gone, and you'll never be able to get the track again. I even on digital now too, like a lot of the tracks, it'll be like release only, like if you didn't get it at the release, then you can't get it anymore. And I think that's cool too, because then it's like, all right, that is an exclusive record to have, right? But I agree with you. You gotta gatekeep some of the bangers, because then it makes it that much more special when people come to see your set and they're like, okay, I know he's gonna bring out some shit that like motherfuckers don't got.
Exactly. If they know that too, they're like, oh, he's making shit for this room, for this party, and if I go, I'm not going to hear the same shit I heard last week. Maybe I will, but I'm also going to hear whatever he's been working on for that whole week in between. What's the new shit?
Absolutely.
You start building that kind of culture
Absolutely.
in your own room, and that's dope.
No,
I mean,
it's
me and
super
Dolo
cool.
always talked about that. I'd be like, wow, I don't understand why people make these edits and just give them away. Like, I do on one hand,
want
you're
clicks,
like,
they want plays.
clicks, you want your name in people's laptops, you want to build your brand.
Yeah.
And
It's exposure too, because then all these DJs, they go and play it, and your track just gets more streams, more exposure, all that. But like my thing is and this is what people are big on with SoundCloud, is they do these download gates, and it's like, all right, if you want to download this track, you gotta follow this artist on all platforms. You need to comment, you need to like, you need to repost, you need to do all these things so that it helps the artist. It gives them exposure to all these different people, right? As to where they're not just like, oh, here's a download. You can just download and take it. Like, you know, it's not a lot of people are doing that, right?
Yeah.
Some are, but those are the ones where it's just like they're literally just trying to push their streams and make the song as viral as possible, right?
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah. There's there's levels to it, because, like, you know, Disco Dom puts out that video of his Stephanie edit, the Disco Stephanie edit.
Banger.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
And all
that might actually be, like, to me, my favorite one, because it's like, it's not like just like kind of like tech house, like
in the same vein as the original.
Yeah,
it's such a remix.
It's its own fucking thing. Yeah. And it's groovy and it's soulful. Like, I really do like the kick that he's been on recently. He's been putting out some fucking banger disco shit. I bet you're jamming all types of his stuff down in disco.
He's the North Star, bro. His content's good. Everything, his performance, his fucking costumes, his whole brand is fucking incredible.
For sure.
He's absolutely crushing it. And, like, I don't know, for him to do what I'm talking about, like, he makes that edit and then, like, you know, he's like, oh, I'm not going to release it. If you want to hear it, you got to come see me play. That makes me kind of salty as a guy that wants to play his edit.
It does.
I'm kind of going against, like, my original point, right? But I don't know. To me, it seems different for, like, a more local DJ who's playing weekly rather than some guy who's traveling the whole world and selling tickets to all these different shows.
Yeah.
I don't know. For something about it feels different to me. It feels like it's more worth it for the local guy to, like, build a brand and a reputation and curate a room, and, like, it's so much more useful to keep your shit exclusive than it is for him. But
exactly, and for me, it's like also like I have a bunch of edits that I just haven't put out, and for the exact reason you're saying. Okay, I'm not gonna go see this on his fucking SoundCloud. I can, like, you know, you can't, you can't. Like, I'll play it, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, "It's just unreleased edit," you know. And then it's just like, so I know exactly what you mean, because that brings a different level of, like, okay, you get a different level of respect as a DJ if you're pulling out, like, cool shit like that, cool edits, even originals, like, or whatever, just your tracks. That's like it's been a big motivation for me as a DJ. I'm like, all right, I'm really motivated to make cool music so that I could play it for people, and it's a cool feeling when you see people dancing to your shit and having a good time to your music. You're like, wow, this is fucking sick.
It's so dope. Yeah. And, like, you played what's that classic Chicago house joint you played yesterday that I was like, that Rock Your Body?
Oh, Move Your Body.
Yeah. I texted Heavy.
I have to. I mean, for me, that song is just like, you can play that whenever, and people just, I mean, in Chicago, if you play that shit, it will always go off. Same with the Percolator. I play that shit like probably almost every set.
Yeah.
Why? Because when you bring it out, people go fucking bananas.
Yeah. And
it's timeless.
I texted Heavy right after that. I was like, we need a disco remix of this. And he was like, damn, yeah, hell yeah. So
for sure. I mean, that vocal and yeah, the key, yeah, dude, the keys, it's just like that. It's just such a fucking, I mean, that's one of those records where it's like, it's like a real deal legendary record in the history of dance music. Like the original one, like, and I have the original, but there's all types of different remixes of it. So it's cool to play different ones. Even the Percolator too, there's so many different remixes of it. So it's like, it's cool to play different versions
you
of
kind of have to at this point, because, like, those old songs, they just don't hold up
sound wise,
audio wise. Yeah, they don't bump. You can't mix it into, like, a current song because it loses so much oomph.
It does.
You need, like, a remix of a lot of that shit.
I agree with you, but I also will say, like, there's something about when you bring out, and if you bring out the original, then it's just like, for me,
if you can get it in right, for sure.
Yeah, I'll tip my cap to that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But yeah, for sure, no doubt. I agree with you, man. You gotta definitely. I bet you there's definitely got to be a good disco move your body edit for sure.
I don't know if the one exists, but that's the dopest part to me about this whole thing that me and Heavy are doing is I don't produce like that. I'm not great at
Does
it.
Heavy produce?
Heavy produces. He's fucking nasty.
So he's y'all are cooking edits and shit together?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So I'll
okay.
hit him with an idea and then he'll fucking whip it up in 2 hours.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Damn. I didn't know Heavy was like that.
He's nice.
Fuck yeah,
He's
dude.
nice. Flipside helps him out a lot. Like over the last 2-3 years, I think Flipside's been like mentoring him, showing
sick.
him a lot of shit.
That's dope.
And dude, he's got remixes, like not even just edits. We have a bunch of edits, but he's got remixes too that are fucking sick.
I've definitely seen. I don't know why I didn't remember that, but I've definitely seen some remixes of his for sure. I definitely have.
Yeah.
I haven't played with him in a minute. I remember the last time we played together, I was like Electric Hotel, maybe like a year and a half or something, 2 years ago.
Yeah, he fucking crushes, bro. It makes me mad sometimes that I have to DJ with him because I'm like, I just kind of want to chill. Sometimes you just want to get into like a groove. You don't want to go fucking Kyle Casaccio and use all of the energy down to your fucking toenails and like die.
No,
like,
I know.
like,
you want to
I got to do an 8-hour set.
Yeah.
I want to just be in a groove and fucking dance.
Take him on a motherfucking
and like,
journey, you know?
Yeah, and then Heavy will get on and he's
Just
high energy.
yeah.
Fucking through the roof. So I'm like, all right, fine. Fuck, I got to go on after this. All right. You know, it's inspiring.
It lights a fire under
it
your
lights a
ass.
fire. Yeah, like it's definitely amazing and helpful, and it's dope.
Hell yeah, man. No, I agree. I've definitely seen some sets of his where I'm like,
He's a
yeah,
beast,
it's high
bro.
energy, very high energy.
Beast.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's fucking sober too.
really.
Yeah, his sober
That's
ass.
crazy.
I'm fucking pissing me off, bro.
You're like, let's take a shot. He's like, no.
He's like, no, I gotta fucking send these people through the roof. I'm busy.
Hey, honestly, more respect on you if you can, if you can bring that juice sober, like,
Yeah.
hell yeah. For me, like,
Fuck yeah.
sometimes to bring that energy, you got to I need a couple shots in
You gotta
me or
tap
a drink
into
or
your
two,
liver.
like,
Yeah.
that's what gets me really, blowing the lid off the place.
For sure, yeah. You got to get out of your head a little bit, take a couple shots,
Absolutely.
get in the same,
Loosen up.
on the same level as the people you're playing for.
Absolutely.
That's like the ultimate argument, right? Like, how can I DJ for a room full of drunk people if I'm not drunk? I got to be in it with them.
Yeah. That's interesting to think about because I really haven't thought about it like that. But it's also like definitely like, especially if you're playing for like a fucking a good amount of people. For me, if I'm playing for like a packed ass room, I need to, it's beneficial for me to have a drink or two and, get into it.
For sure. Yeah, it's nice. I want to fucking listen. I'm trying to talk to Arturo. I'm trying to set up a meeting. We need to be able to smoke cigarettes in there.
Dude, tell
be
me
fucking
about
honest.
it, bro. Tell me about it. The amount of, dude, I'm serious. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Let's be honest.
No, listen.
If we really want to stand out from every single other fucking spot in this whole city,
yes,
we need to be able to smoke cigarettes.
Here's
in the
my
booth.
thing, right? All right, and I'm not right. I'm behind this movement fully, but you on disco, it's a little different, right? We're on a goddamn rooftop, and you're
Yeah.
telling me I can't light up a cigarette with the roof open?
Yeah.
Come on, that don't make no sense to me. It never has.
That's the vibe.
It don't make
That's
no
the
sense.
fucking vibe.
And I'm not saying I would abuse it, but like, like there have been times where people will come up, like, whatever, give me a cigarette, like, hand me a cigarette, and I'll put it in my mouth. And there have been times where like security, they come to me like, Twan, don't. I'm like, all right, chill out. I'm
Everyone relax. It's just for the
just-
look.
yeah, I'm just hanging
on
out
my
with
Dice Clay shit.
No, but I agree with you, like, fully. That should be yeah, man, that should be a thing. Like, I just did a gig in Milan too, and the club I played a set. They booked me like 4:30 to 6 a.m. and like this club, everybody's fucking ripping heaters, so I'm in there like till like 6 in the morning smoking 6 DJ. I'm like, this is fucking sick. Like,
That's a
I'm like,
good time.
we need some of this in America. Like,
That's a good time. So here's my thing. I'm so close to biting the bullet and getting on the Ozempic.
no.
If I could just smoke some cigs, it's a nice appetite suppressant. it kills two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
You don't need the Ozempic anymore.
No.
You're smoking the cigs.
Kick
You're
that
not
one.
eating.
Bring the cig.
That's what I'm saying. It's a double whammy.
That's rich. That's great.
And I don't even smoke.
Hey, but
I'm not gonna like leave here, go in my backyard.
Let's hit up AG. Let's get the dialogue going.
Bro,
on this.
I just want to do it in the DJ
He's gonna
booth.
see this and be like, "What the fuck?" You had him on this podcast, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was awesome. I gotta have him back once.
He's a dog, bro. He's a beast, man.
Yeah.
That's the man right there.
Yeah, he's the man. And I love Natter and all the other
Hindos,
guys.
I
Yeah.
love those guys, man.
Yeah, and White Shadows with them. Like I feel like they're cooking.
They're
They're
cooking.
fucking in the
They're
kitchen.
cooking. They're in the kitchen.
cooking, and we just got to throw cigarettes into the recipe.
Yeah,
That's all
I
I'm
agree.
saying.
That's the only thing that's missing, right? Oh man, and I've been bugging. So like I've tried to bug them with some random ideas too sometimes, and like my biggest thing is I'm like, how cool would it be if they had CO2 cannon in there, even just one? Like,
I don't know. I think the opposite.
No,
I don't think you need the CO2.
I think we would blast it off.
Something like
Like a
that
space
replaces
Miami,
that.
just fucking CO2. Like you can't even see in front of you. Like that would be fucking sick.
I feel like it's like
Played out.
it's played out, and it's also like, I don't know. I feel like you could do better. Like whatever nerve that hits, whatever that CO2 does for a room, because it obviously is, you got the CO2 cannons, you're fucking on a big drop, you're hitting that shit.
Oh.
It's bringing that energy through the roof. How could you replace that with something else that fits that room better?
I agree with
that
you.
would be my argument.
100%. You want to know what we did too? We got I asked them and they was cool with it. We got the RMX up there, which is great. I mean, it's like a drum machine, like, so it's just like it like you said, right? It helps with certain moments, bringing the energy and doing cool effects with that. So that's super dope. And that's kind of what you're talking about. It's like, it's not it's that, but without doing that, know. So
maybe like a sick ass confetti drop.
think
I'm talking
blasting confetti out in that bitch, really?
Not even blasting it, but dropping it from the ceiling. Just like it's up there already. You press a button and
Some
it fucking opens.
New Year's shit. Like,
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
like that would do it. That'd be fun and something cool to look at. I really like the bubbles, the bubble gun from yesterday.
That was
dope.
great.
Something like that. If you got like fucking industrial sized bubble machines, there's so many
Blast
bubbles
them
in there.
out.
People were just eating
That
them.
would be
Like you were
sick.
breathing them in. There were so many.
That would be cool.
You
That
know?
would be
Something
cool.
like that. Like something that fills the void of the CO2 but is different.
I agree with you. I was out. I played this club in Miami Mode, and it was like they would do the CO2 in there, and it would it would get to the point where you just couldn't even see anything. Like they would smoke the whole room out.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was the shit. I was like, this is fucking cool.
It's tight for sure. It's tight. It's like good CO2 in a small room where it's like really hitting. That's tight.
It's nice.
But I almost feel like that room's done too well to just throw CO2 in there.
I agree. I know. I agree with you. I know I know exactly what you're getting.
It's so
at.
dope in there.
It
bro.
is dope.
The
It is
live
dope.
plants, like
Yeah.
the CO2 might even kill the plants.
Yeah, it might, honestly. I didn't think about that. Probably would kill the plants. It wouldn't be a garden anymore.
But you know what was a really cool thing that Natter was talking about? He was like, bro, we've had these plants in here forever. He was like, they've lasted. Like people pour their drinks in them. Like these should not be alive.
Yeah.
There's no reason
for
in
sure.
the world that any of these should still be alive. But they're all, not only are they alive, but they're growing at like twice the speed that they normally would.
Really?
And he was like, I think it's because of the music and just like the good vibes in general in
Really?
the room. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Because like think about that. It's a bunch of plants in a room full of drunk assholes that are absolutely pouring shit in there.
Pouring drinks in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
They
So
may be
that
getting
was
overly watered.
a cool point. I was like, damn, I didn't even think about that.
That's funny, man.
Yeah. Yeah. How we feeling? Did we nail everything? Did we cover all the topics?
I mean, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I love watching you work this thing, man. You always just bring out some fun stuff, man. So,
Yeah, thank you.
for sure.
You could give us the tea that we talked about earlier if you want, but
Dude,
other than that,
man,
I mean, I
no,
feel like
we don't need to start no problems.
How does it feel to be a tall, strapping, handsome, single man in 2025?
Dude, I was gonna ask you the same gosh damn question. I don't know.
I'm
man.
as not single as they come.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. I could tell you what it felt like in 2016.
Yeah,
It felt good,
yeah.
but this feels better.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, no, I get you for sure. No, we lost a good man. We lost a good soldier out there.
I had to retire. I had to retire. I ran
Jersey
it
in
into
the
ground.
rafters.
Yeah, I really ran it into
Hung
the
the cleats
ground
up.
in Houston, working at the strip club. I did everything I could.
Yeah.
All of the things got done.
I would always see your stories too, and I'm like, man, this man, he seems like he's just living the life, bro.
I was for a long time, and then I just stopped enjoying it.
Yeah, you
I
ever
was just
played
like,
over at the strip clubs in Chicago or no?
I did when I first got back here. I was doing polecats on Wednesdays.
Okay.
It was just so fucking hard to get anybody out
Where's
there.
Polecats over at?
Bridgeview.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah,
Far.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They really don't have any good ones in the city, you know, like.
It's because of the rule, you know, if you're in city limits and you serve alcohol, you can't be naked. So they have like pasties on at fucking Rick's, and that's kind of lame.
No, it is lame. Yeah,
or you
for
can
sure.
go to the Admiral and see, you know, roast beef, but there's no alcohol.
That's the same how it is over at what's the one spot? Deja Vu.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a strip club over.
Was it the pink? Is that like the rebranded Pink Monkey?
Exactly.
Is
That's
it?
what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. And they don't serve alcohol in there. I don't think it's like BYOB. So
Yeah, it's weird. We don't have great strip clubs.
what's the one in Montrose? What's the one over in Montrose area?
Montrose?
Gold Room, right? I DJ.
Oh,
at that
that's
place.
Stone Park.
Oh, that's Stone Park.
Yeah. So Gold Club is owned by the same people as Polecats.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They'd be like booking some pretty decent names. Like I forgot what I played there.
Bobby D Maria does like all of their entertainment, I believe. And you know, he's been fucking throwing shows forever. So he's got like, they had Mala and Side Piece at Polecats.
That's
Like,
insane.
yeah, they
Like,
book some crazy shit. It's dope.
It's pretty dope, man. Yeah, I remember I went in there and I was like, I DJ'd, and then after I played, I was, you know, probably spent half my check in that place. I was like, oh God, man, what am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good time. But
That was like 2021 or 2020. That was like years ago. So, but there's really nothing in the city that's worth it. How's the scene over in Houston? Houston? Yeah. How's the scene over there?
it was, in the 3 years that I was there, I saw it absolutely explode when we got there, and then it sort of dropped off a little bit, and then it dropped off even more, and then it just plateaued.
Okay.
And then I left. There was high hopes because it was COVID, obviously, and Texas was one of the only places open and throwing parties and letting people run their businesses.
Them in Florida, yeah.
So that was the height of the explosion. Oh my God, everyone's got to go here, move here, open a business here, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then they quickly realized that Houston does not have the infrastructure to support even their traffic lights. So how are they going to support a full business, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just not, it's not it. It's really not it. Have you ever been?
Yeah, so my cousin, he plays football for University of Houston. So I visited him, and it's nice, man. I liked it. I had a
Define nice.
I don't know. It was maybe because also we were kind of on we went to like some parties on its campus, and we were like kind of like at the university a little bit. But yeah, he stayed in this dope building, and you know, it was it was cool, but I definitely could tell because I was like, what's like the nightlife scene? And he didn't really even have much for me. He's like, yeah, it's like, a couple spots, but there's nothing like, I was like, where are the house music places? I'm like, I love house music. So I'm like, can we go listen to some dance music somewhere? Like, is there any? And like, he was like, there's really not a lot of that going on down here.
Bauhaus. You got to go to Bauhaus.
Oh, Bauhaus. Okay, all right, cool. All right.
Go to Bauhaus, does house music. There's Best Regards, does dope house music.
I feel like I've heard of the Bauhaus place.
Keeland is one of my favorite DJs out there. Fucking incredible house DJ.
Okay.
So you could definitely find it. And there is, like, if you went and visited for the weekend to go party, you'd have a great time. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you go there and hate it. Living there, I hated it. But there's definitely some stuff happening. It's just not, it's not for me. Truthfully, I never felt comfortable. I never felt like I fit in. I was never, ever, ever.
What, like, but why, sorry to interrupt, but why what made you send it out there? I'm curious. I really don't even know.
It was Bottle Blonde.
Oh, yeah, because they got a club out there, right?
They opened up October 2020.
Okay, got it.
Opened.
And are they're still out there?
No, they're gone.
Okay, all right.
There's 2 Bottle Blondes
they're
left.
big in the in Scottsdale, right? That's their big one, right?
That was definitely their best one at one point.
Okay.
What's
the other one? Dallas? They have one in Dallas?
Still, yeah, Dallas.
Dallas, that's
and
what
that,
it is.
And
right.
those are the only 2 left standing.
Okay.
Miami's gone. Fort Worth is gone. Houston is gone.
Yeah.
Nashville turned into a different concept. I think that they realized that the name Bottle Blonde didn't hold any weight anymore. So the Bottle Blonde that they were going to open there, they just changed the name to.
It.
Yeah. And I think it's good night with Jelly Roll or something. Jelly Roll is definitely their partner in it. But
really?
I think the name is something about having a good time. I don't know.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
R.I.P.
You still playing over at John Boy?
No, not since we took this exclusive residency at Celeste. So me and Heavy decided that we're all in on Celeste, and we're getting paid enough to be exclusive there. So we're not playing anywhere in the city other than Celeste.
That's dope.
Or like,
doesn't he play at Tao and shit though?
Yeah, he just. It's April, March were his last couple dates.
So he's done. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good for you guys, man. That's dope.
Yeah, we're excited.
That's
and
cool.
White Shadow's got like so much behind the scenes cooking for us and helping us and being a part of just something so much bigger.
Dude, he's like just steer. We were talking today. He's like, I'm just steering the ship in the right direction, and he really is. Like, he definitely he's just such a freaking like established and like he just knows everybody. I feel like, he's just so well networked, and he's earned his stripes. So it's cool to have somebody musically that knows what they're talking about in the building. And not that they don't, they all do. The owners, they all know their shit. Like, I feel like whenever at least in the past, whenever I've been dealing with it, it's like we've been lacking like that one person that just kind of like oversees the music for everybody, because we all are on our own. Like, you have all these different nights and people and residents, and so it's like it's a little all over the place, right? But I feel like we've been waiting for it to like really dial in on, all right, this is kind of the vibe of each night, and we're gonna adhere to it. And I just feel like it's the music is like has been all over the place for certain nights, right? And him coming in, he's really like structuring it and making everything make sense. And like also like I'm sure he's gonna continue to just bring some of his people to hit some of his connections to the table, which is that is really, the opportunities are endless with the people that he knows.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's the fucking golden ticket, bro.
Yeah,
he knows what the fuck he's doing. He's got that. There's a reason that he has a fucking Grammy for producing. You know what I'm saying? What he's doing in that club, and from what I can tell, every time I'm with him, that's just what he does. He produces, whether it's a track, whether it's music, or whether it's a show, or whether it's this nightclub, like he's producing, he's putting the pieces where they need to go. He sees the vision. He knows what it's supposed to look like or feel like or sound like. Like everything that he's doing is always producing. What, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I mean, that's just like, that's probably just like, you know, it's just like a talent, right? It's a talent of his, you know, and you look at that the show he just did with Swedish House Mafia last year.
Yeah, the Will Ferrell event.
Will Ferrell and all, like the names on that, like Gene Ferris played, like there's a the list goes on of all the legendary DJs that played on that. And like I almost was looking at this lineup and I'm like, how is this gonna play? Like I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like so many big names on this lineup. I'm like, how is this really gonna happen? Like, how's this gonna play out? But it seemed like it was a success, and you know, it definitely stuff like that. It's just like it takes a lot of skill to curate something like that. You know, to bring all these egos and people together and just make it work on a show. You know what I mean? You know how that is. Like all these artists involving all these different artists. Sometimes it's not the easiest thing to put shows together, you know, because you got to have everybody's got to play nice and accept their role, right? Which is tough to do with some people. But yeah, that was like one of the best lineups I've seen in a while. I mean, like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk Chicago and Chicago house music, like he had a bunch of freaking great DJs on that lineup. So yeah, I mean, I'm like, let's get some of those guys over at Celeste. Let's bring in those names over where we're at. So that is where I'm trying to be at with this.
Yeah, hell yeah. He's the fucking guy to do it for sure.
That's what I'm saying. And he seems like he's all in on curating something that's special and that lasts for a while, like lasts for a long time. All these clubs and people, they just want to like, you know, kind of quick money, like let's make money. And then guess what? 2 years go, a year goes by and your party's over and nobody wants to go.
Because you fucking rang the room out for all the dollars it's worth. You didn't like build something where people will come and continue to just give you money.
There's got to be a level of community, right? Where it's like you said, you know, and I tip my cap to a place like Smart Bar, right? The party I was at Sunday, you know, they've been doing that for like forever. And like, you know, there's a reason people will come, like it's like church, you know, they will go every Sunday because it's like, you know, they know what they're going to get and it's going to be good quality, right? You can't get that many other places. You can't see that level of talent in music in that environment. You can't, you know, it's just like, you don't get that. So to build something special, it just takes involving the right people. And I really think he's one of those guys where he could be somebody that just helps change things, you know? Yeah.
It's happening in front of our eyes.
It really is. And you know, not that it's not, I mean, it's already great. Like the parties are great, but like to build on something that's great, that's how you're like, all right, let's take this to the even next level, you know, where it's like, let's make this even better than it already is. And let's really like level this shit the fuck up. And then that to me is how you create a party that's going to be around for years, right?
Yeah. You grow or you die.
100%. Absolutely.
Shouts to Morgan McMeal.
Morgan. Oh, dude. That's my guy, man. Since day one.
Yeah.
He's a good man. Morgan's a good man, dude. I fuck with him.
He's the best. We got to get him back on the pod.
He was on the pod?
He was on the pod. Him and Stu.
Really?
He went absolutely ape shit. The first time he went so hard we couldn't put the episode out. We had to record a second time, a little bit more intentional about our words.
He was going crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I bet. There's no filter on that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's great.
He's the man.
Yeah. So
I haven't seen him in a minute too. Yeah, I really would love to see that guy.
You got to roll up to Tao.
I don't go to Tao, that's for sure. Yeah. But I was about to say, your boy Stu, he doesn't even fuck with me.
Why?
Dude.
What'd you do?
Nothing to him, man. Nothing to him. No. No, hell no. I wouldn't know. You see how you look at that motherfucker. I'm not. He's a big one. He's a big dude.
He's getting swole now too.
Oh, I see him at Lifetime. He's
out here.
He's working for sure.
Yeah. All right, I gotta piss again.
Yeah, same actually.
Let's wrap this up. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Great conversation.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
I'm excited for the future that
Me
we
too.
have together.
Me too.
Pause. And yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, and let's talk more about how we can collaborate and make some cool stuff happen together.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Tight. Thank you guys for watching. If you're on YouTube, like the video, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel. Algorithm activating activity. Let's go, champ. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Well, alright. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin. That's what I love about the human soul. It'll usually show when the truth ain't told. Use a lie.